Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome over here to the Dascar Martini Endurance Series Season number 4 sign-ups. Yes indeed, the sign-ups. We're gonna have another season of the Martini Endurance Series, of course, one of my favorite series, to be honest, because the races are so long. We have 3-hour races in this series, and I don't think there's actually any other series which has such long races. So this is sign-up video. It's going to be another summer series, so it will be over at the end of August, and probably it will start somewhere around next week. So 1.5 months of racing, a little bit more than that maybe, but a lot of fun, and hopefully you guys are pumped for this. So I will get you through the rules and all the information you need to know about the series itself and stuff and the sign-ups, and then we'll get through the cars. So I will do it a little bit more quick than than we did in the previous sign-ups videos. Therefore, all I want to say to you is that if you have signed up for the Dascar Valvoline Dirt Ringer series, pretty much the same rules apply for this series, except for that there are more cars available, and of course the schedule is different. But everything else concerning rules is just the same. So if you have seen that, and if you still know the rules, you can already skip to the cars, where you can pick a car, of course. But I will get you through the rules pretty quickly. So we got 42 cars available, so that's 2 more than in the Dascar Valvoline Dirt Ringer series. 42 cars, full field it will be, and it will be 2 cars per user, only 1 driver per car, so there will be no car sharing. In this time, every driver will have to race each race for the full 3 hours. So 2 cars per user and 1 driver per car. The schedule is as follows. It's pretty much the same schedule as we had in the previous Martini Endurance series. Actually, I gotta double check. I think, yeah, it's season number 4. Of course, we had in between this and season number 3 also another event with these cars, but that was the Christmas Royals, and not really, didn't name it the Martini Endurance series, so it didn't count as another season in the Martini Endurance series. So therefore, this is season number 4. But season number 3, which was a previous summer, a year ago, there were 4 races on the calendar, and eventually, those 4 races are back again this year, and there's 1 new racetrack added, and the schedule consists as follows. We go first to Le Mans, of course, as always. We start off the season at the most famous racetrack in the world, Ciculli de la Sarthe in France, Le Mans it is. Then we'll move on to the Nürburgring Nordschleife, the longest racetrack on the calendar, and one of the longest racetracks in the world as well, and always ready for some excitement. Then we got a new racetrack, and that new racetrack is one of the most feared racetracks in the world. It is not necessarily used for cars, we will be one of the first, mostly for motorcycles. Every year, an average of 2 motorcyclists die at this racetrack. Ladies and gentlemen, of course I'm talking about the Isle of Man. We will be moving with these cars to the Isle of Man in Great Britain for what will be a crazy racetrack. It is a 100% road course, except for that it's not like a road course you're used to. It is on the streets of the Isle of Man, racing close to buildings, through houses, racing close through gardens, and I don't know what. It is going to be one hell of a race. And the only problem is, but of course we have a solution to that. The only problem is that there's only 21 cars available at that racetrack, and you already may feel it coming. We got 42 cars available, 21 cars possible at the track. Well, let's split the field and do 2 races of each 1.5 hours. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have 2 races at the Isle of Man, and the first race is gonna be with all the odd numbered cars in the point standings, and the second race is going to be with the even numbered cars in the point standings. So for instance, point standings 1 first. Damn, I cannot talk. point stand. The person who is in the points lead, third in points, 15 points, 7 in points, and so on, will be in race number 1, and second in points, fourth in points, sixth in points, eighth in points will be in race number 2. So that's how it's going to be split. Then we'll move on to South Africa, to the Kyalami racetrack, which saw a crazy race as well in Martini Endurance Series season number 3, with the leader being wrecked twice, and pretty much the third dog walking away with a leg. And we'll end the season somewhere late in August at Willow Springs again, which always seems to be a great race. I hadn't expected it when I initially saw the racetrack, but that's how the schedule is going to be. So once again, all races will be 3 hours long, so this will be a long sit for you guys. Except for, of course, the Isle of Man, which will be 1.5 hours per race. Both races combined will be 3 hours, so that's why. The champion will get a spot in the Dascar Phillips Cup Series season number 10, if we're going to do one. And the champion will get a spot in the Phillips Cup Series season number 9 replacements. So when the replacements start in a few weeks, and there's, then you can get another spot over there. Once again, customs are allowed, just like with the just like with the Valvoline Dirt Ringer series, customs are allowed. So if you really want to make your own car, you can do it. I gotta say that there are many cars in here, and I updated a few cars as well to make them look even better. So I would recommend just picking one of these cars. And also because I want to start this series very soon. So when you want to make a custom car, you will have until Wednesday upcoming, so Wednesday the 12th of July, to finish your car. I want to have it by then, and otherwise, you cannot participate in the first race. So if you have a lot of time in the next few days and you really want to make a custom, you can do it, of course. Please let me know then which number you want to use, because it may not be a number which is used already, and what manufacturer you want it to be. Then we go to the standard things. You have to pick a car. So also if you play custom, you have to pick a number. But if you pick one of these cars, you have to pick one. You cannot say, please give me any car, because I will not respond to that and I will not give you the car. These are all the basic rules for all signups. Same story will be for when you pick a car that's not in the not in the video, because I cannot give a car to you that is not here. So I will also not respond to you. You should have watched the video, and I will not give you a different car. If you pick a car that is taken already, is of course always possible. It's not really big of a problem. I will just say, sorry man, this car is taken, please pick a different car. However, you do have to pick another car. I will not reserve the spot for you, but I will give you a chance to pick another car if you want to, of course. I gotta respond then quickly. So therefore I would recommend, just like pretty much with the previous signups, you can go away until you have had a go. And with go away I mean like go away for a few days from YouTube, because then if you are away for a few hours, that's not a problem, most likely. But if you are away for a few days, it might be a problem, because I'm not going to keep the signups open for too long. And just to make sure that you don't pick a car which is taken already, please read the description below, because I put all the cars that are taken in there. And please read unanswered comments first, because due to time difference, it might be possible that I'm asleep and stuff, and you don't, I don't respond in time because I'm asleep for 8 hours, and then then there are people always signing up during nighttime, which is evening in the US. And then I cannot respond to that, I cannot process it, but still those cards will be given to those people, first come, first serve. So also please look at the comments, which I haven't responded to, because those cards are also taken. I gotta say, it went very well with the Valvoline Dirt Ringer series signups. So my hats off to you, and hopefully we can do it another time. So I guess you all get more used to my way of signing up and of doing sign-ups, so that's cool. Dascar presidents have reserve spot: Jaime Pintor, Joshua Michaels, John Dino, and Joseph Nesto. They will have to sign up, of course, and otherwise I can still send them a message. So, and also, that's maybe an important thing, but not necessarily a rule. It is a summer series, so as said, it will last until the end of August, and we'll have 6 races between that, so it will be 1 race a week. If you are awake for like 3 or 4 weeks, I would also recommend don't sign up for this series, because it's not worth it, because you will not be able to watch that many of the races. Of course, if you can still watch races, that's no problem, but if you aren't able to watch like most of the races, I don't think it's really useful to sign up for you, and it could be better for you just to give the spot to somebody else who is available and who has nothing to do the whole summer, and who would really like to be in this series. So of course, it's not a rule, so if you still want to sign up, well, I cannot stop you. And there's no comment rule, which is also good news for you guys. So yeah, it is not really a binding rule on that. Red Bull Knockout Series also coming sometime later, which will be probably, if we still have time for that, at the end of August. So you can also still sign up for that if you want to be in the summer series, but you don't have time for these long series. Of course, the races are long as well, so if you don't really like endurance races and you don't really like watching those races for such a long time, also I would not recommend signing up, just thinking about others who might want to be in the series. But of course, it's all up to you. So that was it for now for the concerning rules. So we'll go through the cars. If I forgot anything, I will let it know in the description below, so please look at the description below during these, well, going through the cars to see which cars are open, to see if there are still any changes I made. So we got many cars which were in here, but we also got a few updated cars and we got a few new cars, so looking forward to that. This is the first one. We got the number 1 Valvoline Toyota, 4 manufacturers, of course. The GTP mod, it is the Redline GTP mod that we used. This car is updated. We got a new Miller Lite Mazda, which has a bit more gold in it, and well, it looks a little bit more retro-ish. So I like it. Hope you guys like it as well. We got the number 3 Shell Toyota, which has also been available for ages. We got the number 4 Silk Cut Jaguar. All the cars, by the way, available, I mentioned now. We got the number 9 DeWalt Toyota. Then we got the number 01 Telmax Mercedes. I might update this car for next season or sometime later. We got the number 04 car. This car is not available, only for Joshua Michaels. It is Joshua Michaels' his Christmas special scheme. Of course, not really a lot of Christmas about it, but for all the Dascar presidents, if you want to use your Christmas special car, that is possible. You can only use your own car, of course, then. If you don't want to use it, it's also not a single problem. You can just pick another car. So I'll leave it up to you if you want to have your own car or not. So Joshua Michaels, you can pick this car, or you can still pick a different car. But this car is only available for Joshua Michaels if you want it then. We got the number 06 car, the Red Bull Jaguar, and yes indeed, this car has been updated with a little bit more yellow and a little bit more red and no more white. Well, not a lot of white, so hope you guys like it, and it's available. We got the number 07 Direct TV Mercedes, also available. And we got another new car. This is one of the few brand new cars, and actually this car I painted just a few days ago. It's a celebration of my internship I got at TUI Fly, which is an airline, of course, in the Netherlands over here. And therefore I made a car which is sponsored by TUI. You might recognize it, the logo. They also fly to the US, to Miami for instance. So this car is available. It's a special for me, and therefore, well, you see if you like it or not. At least it is open. We got the number 12 car, the John Player Special Toyota. Talking about historical paint schemes, here are a few. Number 12 car is available. And we got the number 13 Sprint Toyota. This car is also available. We got the number 17 Falcon Tiger Mazda, which is also available. Great looking car in my opinion still. We got the number 18 Jim Beam Toyota. This car is also available. Then we got the number 19 Jägermeister Jaguar, which is available. And more historical paint schemes, we got the number 20 Rothmans Jaguar. Car also seems to be quite popular, so cool. We got the number 21 Fuzzy's Vodka Mazda available, and this is also well, based on the IndyCar, of course. Most of these paint schemes are just based on something, so I will tell you a little bit more about the background story if there is. So, based on the IndyCar from the Carpenter Racing Team, whatever the team name is. Then we got the number 22, the Discount Tire Jaguar, which has been updated for previous season, so not this season, but it's available. We got the number 25 US Army Mercedes, and well, this car also always is pretty popular, so I like it for some reason. We got the number 27 car. This car, again, as you can see on the windscreen, is only available for Jaime Pintor. This is his Christmas special paint scheme, so Jaime, if you want to use this one, perfectly possible. If you want to pick another car, also no problem at all, but only available for Jaime Pintor and not for anybody else. We got the number 30 Warsteiner Jaguar, which is also a historical paint scheme based on the BMW, and which is available. We got the number 31 car, and this one is not necessarily historical, but it is for some reason. It has a huge story behind this, because this car, you can see Vaillante on the side, which is Michel Vaillant, which is a comic character, well, from the comic books. Very great stories they always have. I read them all, and it's one of the few really stories I read. I would recommend reading them if you are interested in autosports and Le Mans especially. It's already very old, but it's awesome. Now, this year, at the 24 Hours of Le Mans, there was a car which is sponsored by this Vaillante, and it was a LMP2 Rebellion. And therefore I thought, well, that's pretty cool. Let's bring Rebellion also to the Dascar Phillips Cup Series. No, it's not the Phillips Cup Series, it's the Martini Endurance Series, of course. So, and there we have it, the number 31 Vaillante Rebellion Toyota. Of course, it's, yeah, Toyota is Shazoo. And, well, I really like this car. I hope you guys like it as well. So, again, it's based on the Vaillante Rebellion's racing at Le Mans, racing in the World Endurance Championship. And of course, with Vaillante as a sponsor, it's a very historical and, well, storyful paint scheme sponsor and all that kind of stuff. So it's available, so go get it. We got the number 33 car. This car has been updated. Yes, indeed, it was the Vodafone Toyota, which was red and silver. Now we made the silver dark grey and we added some green in it. So this car is now more or less based on the Mercedes-Benz racing in the Australian GT Championship from Erebus. I'm not sure if that's a team, but also pretty cool car available for you guys. We got the number 36 car also available, the Royal Purple Mazda, which has been not used that many times. So if it's not used again, it will remove it. We got the number 39, the Castrol Mercedes, also not very popular doggy. Or in the previous season, but the season before that, it was driven by, well, a couple of different drivers. For instance, Zachary Fitzwater and John Dino. So it's available again. Well, now we got two Castrol cars. Great. We got the number 40 Walmart Mercedes-Benz over here, and this car has also been updated. We added some more gold in it, and we changed the blue to a little bit more darker blue. So looks much better in my opinion. Of course, no offense to Joseph Nest who painted these cars, but just gave them a fresh dip, and I hope you guys like it. It's available, so go get it. We got the number 43 Monster Energy Mazda also available for the ones who want it. And then we got the number 44 Marlboro Mazda, another historical paint scheme based on the Indy cars, Formula 1, McLaren cars, whatever. It's raced everywhere, I think. But it's available for you to get it. We got the number 48, the lowest Mercedes. If this car, I think I will update at some point. I'm not sure if I'm even going to update or if I'm going to say, well, just leave it out. Because to be honest, I'm personally not really a Jimmy Johnson fan. So I know there are a few Jimmy Johnson fans, but that would mean that I would also have to paint other cars for other drivers. But I don't know, we'll see. For now, this one is available, so we'll see. You can get it. 51 car is taken. This car is taken by Sonic Horse and painted for her especially. And she will race this car and not this car. And of course, no offense to the person who painted it, but this car I already painted. So this car will be driven by her this season. We got the number 52 car, which is open, the AT&T Toyota. I mean, AT&T has been in a sponsor for these cars for a long time. It's quite amazing. We got the number 54 car, M&M's Toyota, which is also available and which is based, of course, on Kyle Busch's M&M's Crispy car Toyota, where he won the championship with a few years back, 2 years ago or something, 3 years ago, I don't know. We get the number 59 Tequila Patron Jaguar available. Of course, you see ESM on the side, and it's also where it's based on. Of course, on the Extreme Speed Motorsports Tequila Patron. What is it this year? It's a Nissan, but Nissan GTR-ish LMP. No, it's GT prototype, or how do you call it? Daytona prototype-ish. So, but at least this car is available. Probably going to be taken by Zachary Fitzwater. We got that number 60 car, the Samsung Jaguar, which is also available. And not really a long story attached to this. We got the number 62 car. This car is only available for Joseph Onesto. This is his Christmas special car. So, Joseph, if you want to use this car, you can use this one. You can also still use this one. So, mention either which one of the two you would like to use. Of course, the 62 only available for Joseph Onesto. We got the number 67 car taken by Debbie Myers, the Martini Mazda, another historical-ish paint scheme, although Williams also has Martini now as a sponsor in the Formula 1 again, so this one is taken. We got the number 69 General Electric Mazda. Before this I didn't even know what General Electric was, but they also make aircraft engines. That's cool. But this car is open. We got the number 70 Jack Daniel's Toyota, and if you recognize the Jack Daniel's car from previous season, you might think, well, it looks a little bit different. Yeah, we updated it a little bit. Also, just like we did with the Phillips Cup Series Jack Daniel's number 70. So, this car is available for you. It's pretty new, although, well, of course, not really that 100% new, but you can take it if you want to. We got the number 71 Starbucks Mercedes also available, and this car has not really been that popular, and if it's not going to be taken this time, we'll remove it from the schedule. We got the number 72 car. This car is only available for John Ciudadino. This was indeed his Christmas special car, and well, therefore for John, you can choose if you want to use this car or you can pick another car, whatever you would like. But this car only available for John Ciudadino. We got the number 73 Etihad Airways Jaguar, also not too popular of car. It was used previous season though, but I'm not sure by who. I'm still thinking about changing, but for some reason this color combination looks pretty cool. I don't know why, but I'm not too much of an Etihad fan anymore actually. Well, they have a pretty cool airline, so I don't know. We got the number 77 car. This car has also been updated. It is Denise Steiner's car, and therefore it is taken. So, her personal car not available for you guys. Of course, also historical paint scheme. We got the number 18 Matco Tools Jaguar. This car is also available and still championship won in season number 1 with this car. Number 85 Phillips Jaguar is also available, and for this car it will also be that if nobody picks this car, we'll remove it from the schedule. Or maybe I will update it, I don't know yet. We'll see. We got the number 87, the Petronas Mercedes-Benz, which is available for you guys. And, well, yeah, it was picked the previous time, and it hasn't been very popular in the other series, so we'll see if it's get taken. And also something I noticed is that the higher the number is, the fewer the people pick it. For instance, everything between like 0 to, well, of course 00 included, between like 20 or 30, all those cars get taken, and near the end, near the 80s and number 90s, nothing is taken anymore, because people tend to, watch only a few part of the science and then think, okay, I'm fine, I will pick this car. So these higher cars don't get picked that often, even though sometimes the better paint schemes are even up here. So of course, your choice. So this car is available, and this car is also still available. The Auto Box Mercedes, which almost has been taken away, but for some reason some people still like it. So we got the number 90 Ron John Mercedes, which is also still available, and I still like this car. We got a new car over here, the Kellogg's number 94 Mercedes-Benz, which is also available, and which is not very popular in the Phillips Cup Series. It has been used now in the Valvoline Dirt Ring Series, so hopefully we can get it to work this series as well. Great looking car, available for you guys. And we got the number 95 HP Mercedes, which is also still available. And last but definitely not least, we got the number 98 Menards Jaguar. So those were the cars. Yes, there are many of them, around 50. 50 cars available. So once again, I will give a quick summary of all that's discussed before this. So please pick a car. You have to pick one of these cars. If you want to make it custom, it's also possible. You have to send it to me by Wednesday. I want to have it before that. If you have to pick a car. Saying any car is not allowed, I will not respond to you. You will not get the car. Same story for if you pick a car that is not in the video. And if you pick a car that is taken, I will respond to you saying please pick a different car. No problem though. Please read the description and unanswered comments first before signing up, and especially the description is very important. So you can sign up 2 drivers for 2 cars, and that's of course 1 driver per car. So 2 cars you can get, and there's no comment rule, which is also cool. And the champion of this series gets a reserve spot in the Phillips Cup Series season number 10, if there's gonna be one, and will be put on the reserve spot or in the replacement driver list for the Phillips Cup Series season number 9. So that was it for this sign off. Good luck signing up. If you still have any questions, let me know, and hopefully I will see you then in this series. Good luck signing up for the Dascar Martini Endurance Series season number 4.